Greetings, everybody. This is JP Hunt with Inksoft, and this is the first in a series of videos that I'm calling Thought Starters. Now, the whole point of a thought starter is to really provoke, thought and get you to think about your business and the industry, the marketplace in a new way. So this first installment is all about segmentation. Now, this is not a new topic in terms of marketing, but this is something that we see a lot of Inksoft customers and, of course, people in the decoration industry. This is a common pitfall. This is something that people aren't considering. So segmentation is really a simple and easy way to grow your sales. And let me demonstrate that as we go through our presentation today. Now, this first thought starter was really prompted by a Spiritwear shirt that my wife was wearing. And this is a new Spiritwear shirt, and you can see an example of that on screen. Yoga pants, messy bun, sandpiper, #momlife. So I was curious about this Spiritwear shirt since my wife had been wearing it for the first time and asked her about it. And she had mentioned that at Sandpiper Elementary School, where 3 of my children attend, that the only options that were available were boxy t-shirts with a standard Sandpiper message. Nothing oriented to her preferences in terms of a fitted t-shirt, a message that resonated with her. So that immediately struck me as interesting and, of course, prompted this topic of segmentation. So all credit is due to my wife. All right, so let's move on to really defining and digging into and sort of unwrapping, if you will, the notion of segmentation. So if we see on screen now, we have Sandpiper students, and that would represent, say, the general or the selling opportunity, if you will. Selling, general Sandpiper Spiritwear. That represents the base of selling opportunity. Now here's what segmentation does for your business. You can transform from this to this. So segmentation is really simple. It's a matter of understanding, really grouping customers by their preferences, their interests, their needs, and really understanding what that means. And really it's your job to translate that into meaning. So the right product attributes, the right graphic, the right messaging. And what that does is it builds extra layers of selling opportunity, extra revenue, extra profit opportunity. So again, as we unpack that, the base of the selling opportunity may have started as generalized Spiritwear for Sandpiper. But if we explore further, the Sandpiper customer is students, is moms, is dads, is staff and admin. And of course, this is extensible. We could continue to think about this. So we could think about sponsors in the local community and fundraisers. We can think of alumni, grandparents. So this could certainly extend. The challenge is with extending too far is the diminishing return. So if you don't have the right print methods or capabilities to deliver on, say, a niche like Sandpiper Chess Club, maybe they only want to buy 12 shirts, you might not be able to fulfill or deliver. So just be mindful of identifying the core subgroups within a selling opportunity. Now, as we go further, let's take a look at the classic definition of segmentation to make sure we have a full appreciation and understanding. So, of course, segmentation is a marketing practice that organizes a general group of customers into subgroups. So Sandpiper Elementary, and breaking it down to Sandpiper students, moms, staff, alumni, etc. Now, as we look at this further, these subgroups are really clustered by similarity. So if we look at what are their needs, what are their preferences? What are their interests? What is the identity that bonds these subgroups to the main group? That's going to help you to really unpack and understand segmentation. Furthermore, the better nuance and the better you understand these preferences and identity, the better you can translate that into a graphic messaging, into a product attribute that is really going to, communicate and resonate and get people to purchase. So that said, segmentation means you can tailor and target your products to align with each of those subgroups. So you hear in marketing all the time, targeted marketing, right? Well, you can't engage in targeted marketing until you really understand your customers by their subgroup. Now, as we go further, let's talk about how do you segment. So it sounds easy on its face, and a lot of big companies get this wrong too. But I think for in sort of our space as in the decoration industry and as a print shop, you have it a bit easier. So these are the 3 questions that I would recommend asking and creating mindfulness of as it relates to segmentation. So first and foremost, what are the obvious and identifiable subgroups? So if we look at a selling opportunity, quickly you should be able to identify clear and definable subgroups. Now, you could take this to the nth degree and really dive in even further. And again, you could get into those specialized or niche groups like chess club, gardening club. But at some point, there might be diminished value. So you're going to have to make the decision whether you can capitalize on that. You have the right, print capabilities and mix to leverage those opportunities. So that will be situational based on your business and your attributes. Next, what graphics and messaging will resonate with each subgroup? So think about their identity, think about their attitude, think about personality, and how can you translate that to a meaningful graphic and message to really encourage that person to purchase that particular wearable or promo item or whatever product mix you're offering. Now also think in terms of what products and product attributes will resonate. So consider that a lot of these subgroups have preferences in terms of fit, fashion, price points. So there's a lot of things to consider as it relates directly to product that's going to appeal to each of these subgroups. Now, as we dig a little bit further, let's talk about key takeaways, and I'll leave you with some tips. So first and foremost, you should make it a consistent business practice to always identify and really define the subgroups for all of your selling opportunity. Now, that just because you've identified and defined doesn't mean you have to leverage those or invest time and effort and energy. At least you're aware of what represents the primary, secondary, and tertiary selling opportunity, and you can leverage those. And if that means 10 to 15% revenue growth, that just translates down to the bottom line. So with that said, just make this a consistent practice, get dedicated to it for a quarter, and then test. Look at same quarter last year. Did you have sales growth? Are you increasing customer satisfaction because you're servicing more people? So think about it in those terms. How will you know if you're successful at the end of that experimentation? Now, of course, one of the jobs that you'll have, and this is a great challenge for those of you that are charged with graphic communication. So if you're an art director or a graphics designer, or if that's a shared hat that you wear as part of your business, what is the messaging and the graphic alignment and product attributes that are going to speak to those subgroups? So again, everybody's going to have a different preference in terms of style, the message itself, and the product attributes. It's your job to really set forth and define that. Now, here's a way that you can make your life easier. Now, if you have a selling opportunity, ask questions. Find influencers and social mavens that can help you be more effective. So for example, my wife, she's well known on campus. She has a lot of friends. A lot of the moms go out and socialize. So that said, she's a social maven, getting her buy-in, asking her for help in terms of what fit, what style, what silhouettes, what messaging would resonate, and then asking her for potential help and collaboration. Can you share this with your friends so we can maximize the fundraising opportunity? So again, find popular kids on campus and get their buy-in, get them to commit, put an incentive program together, and that's going to help you maximize spread. Now, the last thing you need to consider, and this is again traditional standard marketing mix stuff, what's the marketplace look like and how are you positioning the products? So with that said, how are these products being transacted? So you have a bunch of subgroups, with the different product attributes, different messaging. How do you create exposure and awareness? Is it a standard bookstore type of opportunity? Is it a paper order form? Well, this is where we really advocate for technology that's available in Inksoft. And the best way to position products and make the products available in a marketplace is an online store. And that online store is, of course, branded to that organization, so it aligns with their identity. Here you can have a range of products that might speak to those different subgroups. Now, if you also ask the question, who's doing the purchasing, which is a big and important question in marketing. So let's say that it's either Sandpiper Mom or Sandpiper Dad, and they're charged with buying spiritware. Well, they're charged with buying spiritware and product for the different subgroups within their family. So let's say that Sandpiper Dad is going to buy for himself, potentially his significant other, and his children. Well, that's 3 subgroups from one marketplace. So all important things to consider. Alrighty, so this was our first in hopefully a long series of thought starters, and I'd love your feedback. So if there's certain trending topics or ideas or things that are a challenge to your business, please send me your feedback to jphunt@inksoft.com, and I'll see if I can't translate that into a thought starter and share some insights. So hopefully you found this meaningful and you can take advantage of segmentation in your business. Certainly follow us on our YouTube channel and social media channels so you can get notifications as we release these thought starters.